The city was quiet at the night with only the glow of street lights scratching across the sidewalk. Tehang saw his hand in his pocket as he walked towards the small cafe where Jungkook often hung out. He didn't know why his feet led him there. It wasn't planned, it wasn't even necessary, but something inside him always pulled him towards Jungkook. Taehyung had loved him for years, quietly, secretly, painfully, but tonight fate play a cruel trick. When he turned the corner, he froze. Through the large glass window of the cafe, he saw Jungkook. His Jungkook expected. Jungkook wasn't alone. A girl sat across him. Then, right before Jungkook could even blink, she leaned in and tapped Jungkook's cheeks. Taehyung breathed, caught his chest tightened like someone had punched the air out of him. Taehyung whispering to himself, "A girlfriend?" His throat felt dry, his eyes staining as he quickly turned away before Jungkook could notice him. He walked fast, almost running, until the cafe was far behind. He didn't want to see more. He didn't want to know. Later that night, Taehyung sat on Jin's couch, holding an almost empty bottle of soju. Jin, his best friend, sat beside him, watching him spill. Jin, oh, you are taking too fast, Tete. Taehyung, I'm fine, Hyung. Jin, you don't look fine. Taehyung laughed bitterly. Do I ever? Jin sighed. He knew for a long time about Taehyung's feeling for Jungkook. He said in the way Taehyung's eyes softened whenever Jungkook smiled, the way he lit up when Jungkook entered a room, but Taehyung never confessed. Fear kept him quiet, and now maybe it was too late. Jin, what happened? Taehyung leaned his head back again against the couch, staring at the ceiling. Taehyung, I saw him here with her. Jin, her? Taehyung was cracking. A girl, see his cheeks. She looks like she belongs to him. Jin frowned gently, taking the bottle away. Jin, and you are sure it was not a friend, a cousin, someone close? Taehyung shaking his head. No. Does it matter? She was with him. She laughed with him. See him like I wanted to. His voice trembled at the end, and Jin heart broke for him. Jin Tete. But Taehyung didn't let him finish. He grabbed his phone. The burning courage into his veins. His finger moved fast without his usual carefulness. He opened Jungkook contact. His thumb over the keyboard for a moment. Then he started typing. So that's why you never look at me. She's pretty, Jungkook. I hope she make you happy. He hit send. Jin eyes widened. Jin, Taehyung, what did you do? Taehyung, tear in his eyes. I told him the truth, kind of, before Jin could stop him. Taehyung collapsed sideways on the couch, his phone slipping from his hand. The drink finally dragged him under. leaving Jin slightly heavy. Jin, you are going to regret this tomorrow. Meanwhile, Jungkook was at home scrolling through his phone when the message popped up. He blinked, reading the words again and again. So that's why you never look at me. She's pretty. Jungkook, I hope she make you happy. He brought forward. Who? Who was Taehyung talking about? Why? Why did his words sound so broken? Jungkook immediately called him, but it went straight to voicemail. He tried again, nothing. Frustrated and worried, Jungkook dropped his phone on the bed and ran his hand through his hair. Jungkook to himself, "What's going on with you, Tete?" The next morning, Taehyung wake up with pounding headache. Jin was already in the kitchen making breakfast. Taehyung groaned, "Ah, my head." Jin, without turning around, "That's what you get from for drinking half a bottle of yourself." Taehyung sat up slowly, his stomach twitching. Then, like a tired wave, the memory come crossing back. The cafe, the girl, the drunken taste. He grabbed his phone with shaky hands, opening his message. The sight of his sentence made him want to bury himself alive. Tang panicking. "Oh, no, 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 no. What did I do?" Jin walked in, placing a plate in front of him. "Jin, you text him." Taehyung covering his face. "Young? Why didn't you stop me?" Jin raising an eyebrow. "I try, but you are a stubborn drunk." Taehyung groaned loudly, hitting his head against the table. "Ah!" Taehyung, "He is going to hate me. He'll know I like him." "Oh my god." Jin calmly. Oh, he finally know the truth, which is a good thing." Then looked at him with wild, horrified eyes. Taehyung, no, that's not a good thing. He has a girlfriend now. I can't ruin that." Jin wanted to tell him he was wrong, that maybe it wasn't what it looked like, but he kept quiet. Taehyung was too right now. At the same time, Jungkook packed his room holding his phone. He had barely slept. Taehyung's word kept circling in his mind, confusing him, worrying him. He wanted answer, so he did the only things he could think of. He messaged his best friend Yoongi. Jungkook texting, Hyung, can I call?" Yoongi texting back, "It's 8 a.m. You better be dying." Jungkook calling anyway. Hyung, Yoongi groaned on the other end. Yoongi, this better be important, Jungkook. Jungkook, it's Taehyung. He sent me this weird message last night. I don't understand what he means." He read the message out loud. There was silence. Then Yoongi chuckled. Yoongi, "Wow, you really are clueless." Jungkook frowned. What do you mean?" Youngie, isn't it obvious? He's jealous. Jungkook jealous? Of what? Youngie, of you and the girl you were with. Jungkook blinked. Huh? Jungkook, but that was Jisoo, my cousin. Youngie dreadly. Well, Taeyang doesn't know that. Genius. Jungkook sat down heavily on his bed, realization dawned on him. Jungkook whispering, "Oh, he thought she was my girlfriend." Youngie, and he cares enough to get drunk and confess that a heartbroken text. Think about it, Jungkook. Jungkook stayed quiet, his heart racing. Could it be? Did Taeyang love me? That evening, Taeyang stayed curled up in his room, ignoring Jungkook's calls. He couldn't face him, not yet. His phone buzzed again, another call from Jungkook. Another call from Jungkook. He stared at it, trembling before finally pressing decline. Then came the message. They, please talk to me. I need to know what's wrong. Taeyang bit his heart, tears threatening to fall. Taeyang to himself, I can't tell you, not when you already belong to someone else. And so that night ended with silence between them. Jungkook is still confused, Taeyang is still hurting, neither of them realizing the truth that would soon change everything. The night passed in unbearable silence. Jungkook lay on his bed, phone in his hand, staring at the last message he had sent. They, please talk to me. I need to know what's wrong. No reply. Not even the faint sign of typing that usually give him comfort. Just silence. His chest ached the way he didn't quite understanding. Taeyang had always been his safe place, the one person who never shut him out. But now he was avoiding him, and all because of Jisoo. Jungkook sat up, running a hand through his hair. He couldn't take it anymore. Jungkook murmuring, "Oh, fine. If you don't come to me, I'll come to you." Meanwhile, in his room, Taeyang sat with his knee pulled up in his chest, face burning against them. The memory of his drunken text held him like a shadow. Every buzz of his phone made him flinch. He couldn't bring himself to answer Jungkook's calls, not when the truth was so close to the surface. Taeyang whispering to himself, you can't know Jungkook, you can't." He thought of running. Their friendship scared him more than anything. He rather suffer in silence than risk losing Jungkook completely. His phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't Jungkook, it was Jin. Jin texted, "I know you are hiding." Came outside, Taeyang confused. He wiped his face quickly and dragged himself downstairs, only to find Jin leaning casually against his car. Taeyang, what are you doing here? Jin, folding his arm, saving you from yourself. They went for a drive, the city lights flashing past the window for a while. Neither spoke. Jin waited patiently, knowing Taeyang would crack first. Taehyung quietly, he called again, Jin, and you ignored him again. Taehyung nodded. Hmm. Taehyung, I can't face him. I said too much. He probably think I am pathetic. Jin glared at him. Or he think you are really finally being honest. Taehyung laughing bitterly. Taehyung, honest. I told him I hope she make him happy. That's not honest. That's mean giving up. Jin sighed. Ah, Tete. Pulling over near the riverbank, they got out the cool night pageant brushing against the skin. Jin Tae, you've been in love with Jungkook for years, so think he doesn't notice he's not stupid. Taehyung looking down, he doesn't notice Young. If he did, he wouldn't be someone else. Jin rising and approaching. You really believe that girl was his girlfriend? Taehyung hesitated. I saw her kiss him, Jin, on the cheek. Taehyung nodded slowly. Jin sighed. Taehyung, you are building castles out of shadow. You don't even know who she is. Taehyung looked away, his chest tightened. Taehyung softly, it doesn't matter. Whoever she is still close to him. Then I'll ever be. Jin wanted to shake him, but he didn't. Instant he placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. Jin, you don't know that. You and won't know until you actually talk to him. Back at Jungkook's apartment, Yoongi had become over after Jungkook practically began him. Yoongi sitting on the couch. So let me get this straight. He saw you with Jisoo, assumed she was your girlfriend, and drunk text you he's heartbroken. Jungkook pressing, I don't know if it was heartbroken or maybe he was just upset. Youngie rolled his eyes. Jungkook, you are just dense but not blind. You will seem the way he look at you, the way he lights up when you laugh. He's not just upset, he is in love with you. The word hit Jungkook harder than he expected. In love with him. Jungkook quietly, but why? Why would he just tell me? Young smirking, because not everyone is as straightforward as you. Some people are scared of losing what they already have. Think about it. He rather stay your friend than risk rejection. Jungkook stopped, passing his hands, curling into fists. Jungkook firmly, no, I'm not letting him suffer like that. He deserved to know the truth. Yoongi raised an eyebrow. Yoongi, and what truth is that? Jungkook hesitated, his heart racing as he realized, thinking Jungkook softly that I love him too. The next day, Taehyung did something he could to avoid Jungkook. He left early for class, at lunch alone, ignored every cause his stomach every time he thought about facing him. The fat had other plans. That evening, as he walked back to his apartment, he found Jungkook leaning against his door, arm crossed, expression unbearable. Taehyung frozen. Oh, Jungkook, Taehyung whispering, Jungkook stared his eyes looking into the home. Jungkook, finally, you've been running from me for 2 days. Taehyung still had his hand trembling. Taehyung, I'm busy. Jungkook stepping closer. Don't lie to me, not you. Taehyung looked away, tried to sidestep him, but Jungkook caught his waist gently. Jungkook, talk to me, Tae, please. Taehyung throat tightened. Taehyung, there is nothing to say. Jungkook firmly, there is nothing to say. That text, you meant it, didn't you? Taehyung eyes widened, panic flooding him. Taehyung shaking his head. No, it's not like that. I was drunk. It didn't mean anything. Jungkook heart flickered across his face. Don't do that. Don't lie to me. You don't send a message like that if it means nothing. They hung his lips hard, tears his face. They hung, even if I didn't mean it, what difference would it make? You already have someone. Jungkook blinked stunned. Jungkook, what are you talking about? Taehyung was breaking. The girl I saw, you. I saw that the way you smile with her. She is your girlfriend, isn't she? For a moment, Jungkook just stared at him. Then slowly he let out a disbelieving laugh. Jungkook, oh my God, Tae, you are idiot. Taehyung flinched, his heart sinking. Taehyung, I know. I know it. Before he could spiral further, Jungkook cupped his face gently, forcing him to meet his eyes. Jungkook softly, she's not my girlfriend, she's my cousin, Jisoo. Taehyung frozen. Taehyung, cousin? Jungkook nodded. His thumb pressing away a tear from Taehyung's cheeks. Jungkook, yeah. And if you just asked me, I would tell you. Taehyung chest edged with both relief and shame. Taehyung whispering, I I thought I lost you. Jungkook eyes softened, his own heart excusing at the way guilty in Taehyung's voice. Jungkook gently, you could never lose me. The air between them grew heavy, charged with unspoken words. Taehyung's lip parted as if to say something, but fear held him back. Jungkook leaned closer, his voice low. Jungkook, I wish Ruby, just tell me that you really feel it. Taehyung's heart stopped. His body trembles under Jungkook's gaze. He wanted to speak, to confess, to let it all out, but the words tangled in his throat. Instead, he pulled back slightly, breaking eye contact. Taehyung softly, I can't. Jungkook's chest tightened, frustration flickered in his eyes, but he didn't push further, not yet. Jungkook quietly, then I'll wait, but don't run from me anymore. He let go of the home waist, stepping back. The absence of his touch felt the home cold and longing. As Jungkook walked away, Taehyung stood frozen at his door, tears flaming slightly. The truth was closer than ever, yet still locked inside. The night felt heavier than usual. Taehyung stood frozen as he stood watching Jungkook's finger disappear into the distance. His chest rose and fell rapidly, his heart a storm of emotion he couldn't calm. He leaned back against the door, sliding down until he was sitting on the cold floor, then whispering, I can't do this anymore. But he had no idea what this means. He hiding the etching, the endless pretending that Jungkook was just a friend. Next morning, Taehyung moved throughout his day like a ghost. He ignored Jin teasing, ignored his own reflection in the mirror, ignored the edge in his chest that only grew stronger. But avoiding Jungkook was impossible. By evening, his phone buzzed again. This time, it wasn't a call; it was a message. Come to the park near out of old school. I'll wait. Taehyung stared at the screen, his stomach twisting. Taehyung to himself, why there? That park? The place where they spent countless afternoons together as teenagers, staring, playing basketball, laughing until their stomach hurt. A place full of memories, some sweet, some bittersweet. His finger trembles as he tapping back. I can't. Then reply come instantly. Then I'll wait until you can. You can. Then chest tightened. He wanted to throw his phone across the room, but instead he found himself grabbing his jacket and heading out the door. When he arrived, Jungkook was already there, sitting on the swing like he used to when they were kids. He looked up immediately, his eyes softened when they leaned on Taehyung. For a moment, neither spoke. The air between them was thick with all the words left unsaid. Finally, Jungkook stood, brushing his hand against his jeans. Jungkook quietly, you came? Taehyung shifted awkwardly, hugging his arms around himself. Taehyung, you didn't give me much of a choice. Jungkook let out a small laugh. Thought there was no humor in it. Jungkook, you always have a choice, Tete, but I'm glad you chose me tonight. Taehyung throat tightened. Taehyung softly, what do you mean from me, Jungkook? Jungkook stepped closer, his gaze intense. Jungkook, the truth, that all I've ever wanted for from you. Taehyung looked down, his shoes suffering against the dirt. Taehyung, I already told you that text didn't mean anything. Jungkook firmly, don't lie again, not to me. Taehyung chest edged. He wanted to deny it, to push it away, but Jungkook was steady and full of quiet pain, broken down the last of his walls. Jungkook shockingly, Tete, do you really think I wouldn't notice? The way you look at me, the way you avoiding me when I get too close, the way you broke when you saw me with Jisoo. Taehyung had shut up, his eyes wide. Taehyung, you know? Jungkook, I didn't, not at first, but then you sent that message and suddenly everything Everything made sense. Tehang lip trembled, tears threatening to spill. Tehang, and if it's true, if I do feel that way about you, then what then? Jungkook gets softened. He reaches out gently, taking Taehyung's trembling hands into his own. Jungkook whispering, "Then I'll tell you that I feel the same." Taehyung frozen, his eyes searching Jungkook's face for any sign of a joke, a lie, a misunderstanding, but all he saw was raw honesty burning in Jungkook's eyes, like a fire that had been waiting years to. Taehyung was cracking. You love me? Jungkook nodded. Slowly, his thumb rushing over Taehyung. I didn't know when it started. Maybe it was always there, but there, you are it for me. You always have been. The first year slipping down Taehyung's cheeks, followed by another. Taehyung whispering, "I thought I lost you. I thought she was." Jungkook cutting him off gently, cupping his face. "She's my cousin, just my cousin. You are the one I wanted. You are the one I will always wanted." The demons had Taehyung finally broken. His hand clutched at Jungkook's head as he sobbed, cracked his body. Taehyung, I was so scared. Scared? You will never feel the same. Scared? I ruined everything. If I told you. Jungkook pulled him into his chest, holding him tight. Jungkook softly, "Idiot, you could never ruin us. You are my everything." For a while they stood there, puppet in each other's arms, the words around them fading into nothing. When Taehyung finally pulled back, his eyes were red, his cheeks damp, but his heart felt lighter than it had in years. Taehyung sniffed, tried to smile. "So, what happened now?" Jungkook, now finally get to do this without holding back. And before Taehyung could ask what he meant, Jungkook leaned in, and his against his was gentle as first, tentative like a question waiting for answer. But when Taehyung melted into him, they moved together with years of longing, years of unspoken love. It was sweet, desperate, and perfect. When they finally pulled apart, both were breathless, their foreheads resting together. Taehyung whispering, "I love you." Jungkook smiling, side eyes. "Say it again." Taehyung laughing, thought tears. "I love you." Jungkook him again. Jungkook good, because I'm never letting you forget that I love you too. Later they sat side by side on the swing, their hands intertwined for the first time in forever. Taehyung felt at peace. Taehyung teasing softly, "You really made me think I was third wheel. Your relationship with your cousin." Jungkook laughed, squeezing his hand. Jungkook, "Well, now you know. No more misunderstanding." Taehyung smiled sadly. "I can't believe it. I almost lost you over that." Jungkook serious again. "You will never lose me." they? Not now, not ever. Taehyung leaned his head on Jungkook's shoulders, their fingers still locked together, and for the first time in a year, he let himself believe it. The morning sun flitters softly through the hung curtains, painting golden across the room. He awakes slowly, his Jungkook, their leg tangled under the blanket, breathes in the quiet warmth of morning. Taehyung blinked, taking a moment to remember in the park, the confession, the way Jungkook had whispered, "You'll never lose me." His heart fluttered all over again. He turned slightly, finding Jungkook already awake, gazing at him with that soft half smile that always made Taehyung knee weak. Taehyung sleepy. "You are staring," Jungkook teasing. "I am memorizing." Taehyung cheeks warm. Taehyung memorizing what? Jungkook. "The way you look when you wake up. Messy hair, puffy eyes. Ah, beautiful." Taehyung laughed softly, hiding his face against Jungkook's chest. Taehyung, "You are ridiculous." Jungkook kissing his hair. "Maybe, but I mean it." They lay there for a while, wrapped in quiet affection. It was simple, but it felt like everything. Taehyung had never wanted to wake up beside Jungkook, to be seen, to be loved. Later that afternoon, Jin instant or dragging Taehyung out to meet him and Yoongi at their favorite cafe. The moment Taehyung walked in with Jungkook hand in hand, Jin nearly spit out his coffee. Jin loudly, "Oh, well, 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 look who finally grew a backbone." Taehyung flashing in instantly. Taehyung, "You!" Yoongi smirked from across the table, sipping his drink lazily. "Yoongi, took you long enough? Honestly, I was starting to think you two would die of pain before you figure it out." Jungkook pulling Taehyung closer. "Jungkook, for the record, I did figure it out. He is the one who ran away." Taehyung protesting. "I wasn't running, I was protecting our friendship." Jin raised his eyebrow dramatically. "Jin, protecting your friendship by sending a drunk test at midnight? Logic, the." Taehyung groaned, burying his face in his hands. Taehyung, "I hate all of you." Yoongi smirking. "No, you don't. You love us, just not as much as you love him." Yoongi titled his hand towards Jungkook, who was smugly Taehyung potting, cheeks pink. Taehyung, "You are all impossible." The teasing only got worse when Jisoo joined them. She walked in, spotted Taehyung and Jungkook sitting close together, and immediately gasped. Jisoo dramatically, "Oh my god! So the rumor is true." Taehyung blinked in confused. Taehyung, "Rumors?" Jisoo plopped on beside them, grinned mischievously. "Jisoo, that my cousin is totally whipped off his best friend. Everyone could see it. Expect you to." Jungkook rolled his eyes, thought he couldn't hide the smile tugging at his lips. "Jungkook, you're not helping, Nona." Jisoo ignoring, leaning towards Taehyung. You should be how panicked he was when you didn't answer. He calls. I thought he was going to march to your house in the middle of night. Tehang I wouldn't look at that Jungkook. Tehang, you? You were that worried? Jungkook made his case, his voice softening. Jungkook, of course I was. You are everything to me, Tete. The table fell quiet for a moment. Jin and Yoongi exchanging a smirk while Jisoo softly into her hands. Jin disgusted, sweet. I need more coffee before I gang. Yoongi, I wanted you, Jin. They've been once they got together. Jisoo clapping her hands together, ignoring this. Jisoo, I'm just glad you finally confessed, Tehang. If I had to Jungkook cheek one more time just to push you, would we charge him for the service? Everyone burst out into laughter, except Tehang, who looking like he wanted to ground to solo him. Tehang ignoring, I'm never leaving this town. Am I? Jungkook is smiling, gaining closer. No, but don't worry. I'll protect you. Tehang heart melting all over again. That night back at Tehang apartment, the laughter still lingered in the air. They sat together on the couch, leaning against each other. Tehang smiled softly. I can't believe they all know. Jungkook, they didn't just know, they were waiting for us. Just like I was. Tehang turned his eyes, searching Jungkook. And now Jungkook's smile turned tender. He pressed at hair from Tehang's forehead. His touch gentle. Jungkook, now I finally get to love you the way I always wanted to. Tehang breathed caught as Jungkook leaned in and sobbed to his lips. It was trust. It wasn't. It was simple love, patience, warm, and sure. When they pulled back, Tehang rested his forehead against Jungkook, his eyes shining. Tehang whispering, "Stay with me always." Jungkook is smiling, always. And in the quiet of that moment, with laughter still earlier, the love between them and the future endless ahead, Tehang finally believed it. He wasn't dreaming. Jungkook was his, and he was Jungkook forever.